All right. Now, I started off this whole thing with maniacal manipulations. All right.
Mhm.
Now, we've all known throughout all of human history, women are master ipulators. All right. Listen, they grab the downstairs thing, give it a little of this, a little of that, and some of this. Next thing you know, you're buying her a Cadillac
Yeah.
because you didn't think it through. You were dick thinking, you idiot.
Guilty.
All right.
Been there a few times.
All right.
Mhm.
If you were raised by a single mother, more than likely, you have had your thinking meat shuffled more times than a 52 pickup deck, all
Hmm.
because of the mother and other female figures in the household gaslighting you.
Yep.
I was highly resistant to this because I'd be like, wait a minute. All right. I was fucking standing in the room. I saw exactly what you did. I heard exactly what you said.
Yep.
And now you want me to go back in mind and kind of in my mind and rewrite it because you're telling
Oh
it
yeah.
different.
Yeah, they do this all the time. They'll change the story, or when you bring something up, that never happened. What are you talking about? That never happened. I remember it happening, but now I'm supposed to believe it didn't happen. Okay.
Well, I'm wondering if they do that to as like some kind of subconscious attempt to get away from accountability.
Yep. I was going to say they kind of try to pull a reverse Mandela effect on you.
Stand by, gentlemen. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
See, pretty sure we pretty much covered that one. The next one would be projection.
All right. Now, again, this is very common. And a lot of women who are cheating on their significant others will project and accuse their partner of cheating on them. That's like the basic projections that I've had experience with. What have you guys had?
Well, myself, not really too much of this happening with me. I've had other instances that are on the list here happen to me before.
Mm-hmm. Well, read a little bit of projection so we can educate the people out there.
One sign of toxicity is when the person is chronically unwilling to see his or her own shortcomings and uses everything in their power to avoid being accountable for them. This is known as projection.
Mm-hmm.
Projection is a defense mechanism used to displace responsibility of one's negative behavior and traits by attributing them to someone else. It ultimately acts as a digression that avoids ownership and accountability.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I don't know. I've had to deal with projection, and especially when it was coming up towards my divorce, and my ex, projected all kinds of crazy shit on me. That later on, when I did the full investigation, she was actually doing it and accusing me of doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it goes hand in hand with blame shifting as well. Usually, if they're doing the projection stuff, they're going to turn everything back around on you. Oh, and taking accountability for anything? Never.
That's right.
Nope. Let's see. An example they have a person who engages in pathological lying may accuse the partner of fibbing. A needy spouse may call their husband clingy in an attempt to depict them as one who is dependent. A rude employee may call their boss ineffective in an effort to escape the truth about their own productivity.
Yep. Excuse me, I'm going to have to start drinking because this subject
I
always
picked a hell of a week to quit.
Well, the thing is this is one of my base frustrations, and I learned this probably in middle school, and I wasn't able to put it to words until I got to my 30s. But you can understand women, and you can love women, but you can't do both.
Can't do both. Mm-hmm.
So once I've educated and red pilled enough people out there to understand women, I won't have to really worry about them. About getting love bombed and love trapped and like run into the fucking dirt because you want to clap trap on a coochie.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll go on to the next
Wait,
one.
Jimmy,
Here.
hold on. Scroll back up there a little bit. I'll run through this one because this one is, like I said, it goes hand in hand. A little bit up, just a hair.
A little more.
Yep, there it is. Oh, where'd it go? Wait, it's gone. There it is. No, up. Right there. Narcissistic abusers love to play the blame shifting game. Objectives of the game: they win, you lose, and you or the world at large is blamed for everything that's wrong with them. This way, you get to babysit their fragile ego while you're thrust into a sea of self-doubt. Fun, right? I can't tell you how often I've dealt with that shit in long-term relationships, and it is not fun, man.
It's not. And these are very common, and you guys should be picking up on this. What's the next one?
Let's see. We have nonsensical conversations from hell. If you think you're going to have a thoughtful discussion with someone who is toxic, be prepared for the mind fuckery rather than conversational mindfulness.
I laugh because I've been here.
Yep. Mind
Been there.
fuckery. I like that.
Yeah.
Malignant narcissists and sociopaths use word salad. I'm going to hold on to that comment.
Right.
Circular conversations, ad hominem arguments, projection, and gaslighting to disorient you and to get you off track should you ever disagree with them or challenge them in any way. They do this in order to discredit, confuse, and frustrate you, distract you from all the main problems, and make you feel guilty for being a human being with actual thoughts and feelings that might differ from their own. In their eyes, you are the problem.
And remember,
you happen to exist.
Remember,
it's totally
if you
true.
ever challenge them on this, you're crazy and you need help.
no.
That
They
happens
flip
all the
out.
time. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
One of the main ways you get like a bipolar or narcissist is you just tell them the truth to their face, so they can't hide from it, and they literally go berserk.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you saying I'm stupid? I'm like, well, here's the answer.
You're not
the same thing. Either you're dumb or you're insane.
If the shoe
Yep.
fits.
Don't ask questions you already know the answer to.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely correct. What's the next one?
Hey, next one is blanket statements and generalizations. Malignant narcissists aren't always intellectual masterminds. Shocker. Many of them are intellectually lazy. Rather than taking the time to carefully consider a different perspective, they generalize anything and everything you say, making blanket statements that don't acknowledge the nuances in your argument or to take into the account the multiple perspectives you've paid homage to. Better yet, why not put a label on what that you dismissed that dismisses your perspective altogether?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I've run into this a few times, but I don't know. It wasn't really common, at least in my circles.
All right.
Oh, here. Look at that. Oh, when you're talking about the microaggressions there, that's very interesting. Some of the specific examples I gave as well.
What are they?
You're always so sensitive, or you're never satisfied. If I had a dime for every time I heard that crap, but that is the oversimplification of things again.
Yeah. Well, listen, we've all been. All right. In my teens, I dated quite a few women, and a lot of them used to do this because they're idiots and they didn't have experience in the dating world yet.
Right.
Yeah. And then later on, some of these women perfected it, and oh my God. I mean, one of the chicks I dated when I was like in 11th grade has already been divorced like 3 times.
Jesus.
A bummer for her. Oh well, I dodged a bullet.
Right.
I do like this last passage here, though. It says, hold on to your truth and resist generalizing statements by realizing that they are, in fact, forms of black and white illogical thinking. Toxic people wield blanket statements that do not represent the full richness of experience. They represent the limited one of their singular experience and overinflated self of sense.
All right. Or they use extreme examples.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's like with the abortion whole thing.
Yeah.
They use the what if she's raped? Okay,
Yeah.
what percentage of these women get raped and have to get an abortion? It is infinitesimally small, but
Right. And
that's the
once,
example that they use to basically apply abortion to everyone.
yeah. Well, and when you break it down with logics, facts, and reason, they start squirming a little bit like, oh, well, it's less than one cases are actually that statistic, but please do go on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or ad hominem is attack, like who hurt you?
Oh, God. Yeah. All the
Yeah.
time.
Somehow, the feeling that I may or may not be, having at this particular time is having
Mhm.
a huge impact on reality. I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got
We got number 5, deliberately misrepresenting your thoughts and feelings to the point of absurdity. In the hands of a malignant narcissist or sociopath, your differing opinions, legitimate emotions, and lived experiences get translated into character flaws and evidence of your irrationality.
and actually
Mhm.
they use it. They turn it into a weakness to use against you.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep. Narcissists weave tall tales to reframe what you're actually saying as a way to make your opinions look absurd and heinous. Let's say you bring up the fact that you're unhappy with the way that a toxic friend is speaking to you. In response, he or she may put words in your
Uh-huh.
mouth saying, so now you're perfect, or so I'm a bad person, huh?
How
When you've
dare
done,
you mention your
when,
feelings about something?
Listen, when you actually talk to a lot of feminists out there, they do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep,
subconsciously, the reason I'm covering a lot of this is subconsciously in the Western world, every woman has base programming for feminism. Some of them might say they're not, but actions speak louder than words.
Right.
So
yep,
I'm just trying to help you guys to identify this craziness so you won't fall victim to it.
yep. This enables them to invalidate your right to have thoughts and emotions about their inappropriate behavior and instills in you a sense of guilt when you attempt to establish boundaries.
Guilt, blame, and shame.
Yep.
You know, the interesting thing you'll notice about the narcissistic traits as well, and I'm talking clinically, not the cliche version. We're referring to clinical. They don't actually think these things through. It's almost impulsively programmed into them. They don't have to think about this. They're much better at this game than you because again, you're trying to play with the certain amount of pieces that are supposed to be on a chessboard. They're not even using the chessboard. They don't care about the rules. This is all pre-programmed into them.
Yeah, it's subconscious to them.
Yeah.
They literally drop out of the cunt knowing how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.